In modern urban life, sound is an ever-present backdrop, sometimes energizing, often intrusive, and rarely neutral. From the low hum of traffic to sudden sirens, construction drills, and crowded conversations, city noise creates a soundscape that is chronically stimulating and frequently disruptive. Meanwhile, natural ambient audio, birdsong, rustling leaves, gentle rain, or ocean waves, offers an entirely different auditory environment, one that research increasingly shows has the power to restore cognitive function, calm the nervous system, and even boost creative thinking. When these two worlds of sound collide in our daily lives, the difference in cognitive outcomes becomes not only measurable, but meaningful. Urban noise, especially when unpredictable or high in frequency, has been repeatedly linked to decreased attention span, impaired memory, and elevated stress levels. Our brains naturally orient toward sudden or loud sounds, an evolutionary reflex rooted in survival. But in cities, this protective mechanism is constantly hijacked, each car horn or construction bang demanding a fraction of our focus, splintering deep concentration. Over time, this cognitive fragmentation can wear down mental clarity and lead to what's often described as urban fatigue, a subtle, persistent drain on executive function. Office workers near busy streets or open windows often report greater difficulty focusing and higher levels of irritability than peers in quieter environments. In contrast, natural soundscapes provide an auditory environment that gently stimulates without overwhelming. A growing body of psychological and neuroscientific studies has shown that listening to natural sounds, especially those that mimic evolutionary familiar environments like forests, rivers, or meadows, can increase alpha wave activity in the brain, a marker of relaxed alertness and creativity. These sounds help shift the brain into a more open, diffuse attention mode, ideal for idea generation, problem solving, and sustained task engagement. In controlled experiments, participants who listened to natural ambient audio while working on cognitive tasks consistently outperformed those exposed to urban noise, both in speed and accuracy. Even subtle changes matter. For example, replacing office background noise with recorded bird calls or distant thunder can improve mood and enhance creative flow in brainstorming sessions. Unlike silence, which may feel isolating, or city noise, which demands vigilance, nature sounds offer a non-threatening, rhythmically soothing atmosphere that supports internal exploration. This may explain why many people seek out nature sound playlists for studying, writing, or meditative work, not just to block out noise, but to actively nourish mental focus. What's more, nature audio seems to replenish cognitive resources through what psychologists call attention restoration theory. The theory suggests that the brain's directed attention, used for filtering distractions and focusing on tasks, is a finite resource. Natural environments, even simulated through sound, allow the mind to gently shift into soft fascination, a restorative mode that reduces mental fatigue without requiring effort. In practical terms, listening to a babbling brook for 10 minutes may do more to refresh your mental state than a coffee break in a loud cafe. The emotional tone of soundscapes also plays a role. Urban noise often carries implicit urgency, sirens, alarms, shouting, which subtly cues the brain into a state of alert or mild anxiety. Natural audio, on the other hand, tends to evoke safety, spaciousness, and timelessness. These cues can lower cortisol, slow breathing, and support emotional regulation, all of which contribute to improved cognitive performance. This effect is particularly valuable for people under chronic stress, such as students, remote workers, or urban dwellers coping with constant sensory input. Interestingly, it's not just about what we hear, but how we relate to it. People who report feeling more connected to nature, so-called high nature relatedness, experience even greater cognitive and emotional benefits from nature audio. But even those with no prior affinity for the outdoors can quickly reap the advantages when exposed regularly. With the rise of customizable sound environments in work apps, public libraries, and even transportation systems, these restorative soundscapes are becoming more accessible to everyone. Ultimately, while we can't always escape the noise of modern life, we can shape our auditory environment with intention. Swapping the chaotic clatter of the city for the sound of wind in the trees, even through headphones or smart speakers, can make a measurable difference in mental clarity, focus, and creative output. In a world where attention is constantly under siege, the simple act of listening to nature may be one of the most powerful cognitive tools we still have.